It's alive in the rainbow hour again. I like these summer days where I have shit to do late. I mean, like, my shit's always to do late. It's always like I always have late shit. Oh my gosh, the colors on this are wild. I should probably turn off the happy light. I don't want to turn it off, but I will. It's not like it'll take away my happiness. Alright. Yeah. Still got the rainbows. And they're like the happiest light. Oh yeah. Oh, you see? Yeah. Alright. Huh? Yeah, fuck yeah, Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. The second sexiest day of the week. And my depression is abating. Not like I'm not always on sad girl shit, but hopes and praying's my way out of it. More so, like, I don't know. It's hard, like... I don't, like... I don't know. It's so, like, what do I hope for? Sometimes it's, like, not specifics. It's, like, kind of, like, general things. Like, oh, I hope I have success in this sort of thing. But... and it's so funny, because, like, I just feel... So, like, far away from, like, the successes that I wanted when I first, like, kind of, I don't know, made the prayer, kind of thought of, like, I don't know, I can't really say what to do to get them. That's what's so hard. And I don't know if it's depression or what, but I guess it's ADD. I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna jump at this because it helps me go somewhere. Oh shit, that cat is not where it should be. There. The music's not gonna get me copyrighted. Alright, let's go. What's a misconception people had about you in a school? I, like, hesitate to speak for anyone in school. And even if there was, like, a point, and I don't know, one of the first, like, I remember people thought it was nice. I remember being called nice in school. That sounds so bad, but, like, it's true. I am nice. Like, I'm fucking nice. Nice as fuck. Polite as fuck. I want to say that maybe they assumed that I was more promiscuous than I was, but to be honest, I don't know what they would have deemed as such. I'm not one to judge someone's promiscuity. Where I judge is if someone, like, it's not like sex, it's like lies. It's like when people lie. That's what, like, it's like when someone's like basically nothing, if you communicate everything, really, it's like, that's like such an important part. But it's when someone is thinking that a relationship is one way, and then someone's, let's say purposefully, kind of, purposely being dishonest with them or like hiding things from them. That's like the real, like, you'd be as promiscuous as fuck, like, especially if, like, it's not with, you're not cheating, or it's not like you're helping someone cheat. You could be promiscuous as fuck, in my opinion. That doesn't mean, like, so I know my own emotional shit, like, I'm not so good at that, but I'm not going to judge someone else, like, if they're not breaking any vows they've made, or any just words they've made. It doesn't have to be fucking marriage vows, but just like you made a promise to someone, you communicated something to someone. Like, I'm not gonna judge those people, but for me personally, promiscuity has never really, like, done well for me in my, like, mental state and my value for myself. I wish it had, but, like, honestly, it's like the sex wasn't that good for the way I was treated on some shit. Sometimes I got treated bad and the sex was good. I'm like, oh, that makes sense though too. But I think, like, I don't know, every time you, I don't know, it is, for lack of a better word at this moment, fucking is a form of, like, a language of love. And if you're not being treated like that, like, the thing that's fucking you loves you, well, it feels like you just get fucked and you lose a piece of yourself. But, like, it doesn't have to be, like, serious. I don't know, or genuinely likes you. I have mentioned that I've gotten pimped out, so, like, okay, I haven't always been, like, I want to say I'm a romantic, and I am definitely a romantic. I'm a romantic comedy, you know. Those are corny, but I like them. I like them more so from the aughts. Really, if Adam Sandler and Jack Black isn't in it, I'm probably not going to like the romantic comedy. Maybe get away with like one of the Wilson brothers. Vince Vaughn comedies, he always seems like he's he's going to be annoyed with a girl. I really loved Wedding Crashers. I don't know if that's kind of a buddy comedy. Friendship is very important to me. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like romantic love, but just like fucking friendship. Like, something where it's just like, they care about you at least. But at times, I don't know, I would say they also, I don't know, a lot of actually would say they probably were right. I probably didn't like that they assumed things about me, but like, they probably weren't wrong. In college, teaching school, definitely, I'm sure everyone assumed I didn't smoke weed, and I sure as fuck did. Because I made one friend towards the end, and I'm pretty sure it's the only other person that smoked weed. Somehow we found each other. Were you known for anything unique or unusual in school? Well, throughout elementary school, I was known for fast talking, which is kind of funny because that's almost what I do here now. But it would be like a thing that my friends or even teachers would have me do, where they'd give me a subject and then I would just talk really fast about it, and like until they told me to stop. And like by the time I stopped, I might not be totally on subject, but like I remember like liking it because it was like my party trick. But like I think about it now, and as I apply for jobs and stuff, and I'm like, damn, is not my only talent. Give me a subject and I could talk about it really fast for a long time. But me get off subject, but I could talk for a long time going off one subject. What's something you'd love to tell your high school teachers now? I've thought about this. There's a teacher, and I did tell him this. I did think to tell him this when I graduated, because I think if I ever do this, I would want someone to tell me this too. I told him I really liked him as a teacher. He was my favorite teacher, and the reason he was because I could never tell who his favorite student was. I felt like I was his favorite student, but I would see he would treat other students like they were his favorite students too. Like and I like was interested, would like laugh at your stuff, like took it, you know, if a student was like going through like a death in the family, would like be caring, or just like treat us like future humans and not just like things almost that he had to take care of. But I didn't like go into that much detail, but I would basically reiterate sort of that compliment I gave him about like, you're my favorite teacher because I can never tell who your favorite student is. It seems like we're all your favorite student. Also, I guess I would tell them, like, especially for the religion and stuff, like, I don't know what I would say, but, like, I definitely believe in God, and I definitely had thanks for it, even though, like, the Bible gave me the heebie-fucking-jeebies until, like, I started to know God. I guess I would say thank you for, like, teaching me how to read it, because, like, honestly, Catholic shit didn't really teach me to read the Bible. I just, like, went to Mass, and we just did, like, you know, the exercises on the pews, standing, sitting, kneeling. And then, we get the snack because we're tired after all that standing, sitting, kneeling, and we haven't had breakfast yet because everyone likes to be miserable during Catholic church and wait to break fast. So, like, I don't know, there would be like a different book that was basically like, printed for whatever the priest would be talking on, and like a lot of my like time at Catholic church was like trying to get through it as quick as I'd be like go to the bathroom a bunch, hold my breath, or just like I was so bored. I would try and doodle, but I kept getting in trouble because I'd leave doodles in the pews. We had one, you're right, it was, yeah. You just had to sit there. I mean, that's what I did all fucking week at school. Oh man, childhood was. I just really, really, really hope that in these broken systems, something saves kids from just having to sit and listen all the time. I know schools are doing their best, but they pack in those classrooms, like with just so many students, it almost becomes impossible at one moment to not be like, everyone sit the fuck down and just be quiet so I can figure out what's going on. Do we have all 34 of us? So I guess, yeah. Thank you. No judge, no harms, no fouls. Doing good. I even believe in God. Because I had the right, like, so I went to a Christian school. So if they did an altar call, I was out. Like, I'm going to go to lunch. Like, you're not going to trick me out of my time after I sat and listened all day. But even now, like, altar call kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. That's why I'm like, but I learn. And so I would say thank you, because I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for experiences I've had. And I'm sure, like, every person that's been in my life, especially the high school I went to was like from 7th to 12th grade. So it was 6 years. So 6 years in elementary public. Wait, not counting kindergarten. I did do kindergarten plus the other 6 years of elementary public, then 7th to 12th in private. All right. What was your favorite school project or assignment? Hell yeah. I'm so glad I got an answer for this. Because this is like a big question. I had to do, this was in 7th grade. Oh, well, history teachers. Actually, I take that back. It might have been 8th grade. I think it was 8th. Yeah, it was 8th grade. We had a project where we had to pick someone that had signed the Declaration of Independence and then write a, like, I don't know, way too long for that grade level fucking paper on it. So I look at the names on the Declaration of Independence, and one that stands out to me is a guy whose first name is Button. And I'm just like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm writing about Button Gwinnett. And there was nothing on Button Gwinnett. We had to cite sources and not like Wikipedia, and like it was a little harder to do that then. And so I had to go to several libraries, and then I wrote the paper and we turned them in. But when the teacher went through, like everyone, a lot of people did John Hancock or like one of the other more famous ones, but the teacher I like looked over the papers, and then like after looking over the papers had a thing where he was like, I just want to compliment Amy Thompson for probably writing the only and the longest thing ever on Button Gwinnett. And it's like the paper I wrote was probably the longest thing I could find for sources ever written on him. And I thought it was funny then that he stopped and noticed and said that. And yeah, he gave me like a total A+, and I felt really good about that. I'm riding on that high to this day. I'm gonna put on eyeshadow real quick. Gosh, I am. It's alive again. Or it's been resurrected on YouTube this whole time, in which case, and you've stayed? Oh, hell yeah. Oh my God, we should meet in person so we can talk. One day, I'm going to go to all 50 states, or I'm going to die. Either way, I'm accepting it. I'm going to read the makeup names that I've coated my eyelashes with because they are wild. Probably mostly for Resurrected YouTube because I always see them right away. But the colors I used on my eye, and if you know anything about naming conventions, plants, animals, children, throw them out the window. This is makeup. I want to go braless tonight because I can, but it doesn't look good. Not to me, because I've seen how good I look in a bra. And I'm like, oh, it's better. All right. We've got some classics like Midnight Snack. Again, I've been using that one a lot as eyeliner. Shimmering Pearl. Hell yeah, Jackie Pearl is dope. They should make a flamingo eyeshadow palette just for her. Ooey Gooey. Got that on my eyes. Throw naming conventions out the window. Seashell. That's cute. Someone sells those by the seashore, I've heard. They also probably are selling drugs. I've got, yeah, I did Midnight Snack, Ooey Gooey, Seashell, Shimmering Pearl, and Sext and Candy. Actually, I can't remember. Midnight Snack and Sext and Candy are both kind of dark colors. Like kind of purpley too. Kind of red purpley. I've been using them as like eyeliners or the darker. I don't know. It's eyeshadow bullshit. It's why I get off of here to go like handle it, because there are ladies online that know this. There are peoples online, ladies online that know this shit way better than me. And I follow their tutorials. They'll explain the whole thing about eyeshadow. I am going to get you my verbal fucking autobiography. I like to ramble and pretend like I'm not alone. I'm never really alone, but like, there's a lot to be said about physical people around. It's dope. Love my God, but like, there's times where it's like, oh, I need a hug. And then usually I am able to like come in contact with someone I can get a hug from. Might not be the correct number of pressure in seconds, but if you want to know why, that's from a stand-up bit. I have a whole bit about hugs. It's the hardest part of being single, is about getting the right kind of hug. It's a hug of partnership. All right, what's the funniest prank you pulled or witnessed? Shit, I like feel bad. Like I'm retelling stories. My mom's New Year, or fucking April Fool's Day prank for my dad this year was hilarious. Damn, it's so funny. It's so funny to me. It's like it's not gonna be. But so you guys know about filling up your tank. You know about gas. I don't forget. It's like the diesel is the green one. See, I don't know what that doesn't know, but I know not to do it. She basically told my dad, she was like, oh, I went to the gas station. There's only one pump free. And then on that one, it was all out except for the green one. And so I just used the green one to fill up your car or whatever. And my dad like started to freak out. And she's like, I know not to. It was just like, he was like, he believed she did. They're still married. I love that. That's actually why I love my parents. That's so cute. Also, there's a 5th grade class I regularly sub for. Also on April Fool's Day, we were doing like, I don't know, like what I hate, like sitting down. We were doing a read along thing. So like it was a textbook, but we were doing popcorn reading to keep everyone on their toes. And they were keeping me on my toes. And they were so well behaved that this is also it was funny. This class was well behaved. They were fun to hang out, like not fun to teach. And it was April Fool's Day, and I was so caught up in my own bullshit. I had forgotten it was April Fool's Day, and usually I would have like tried to do something like pretend like there was a bunch of homework to assign, but they didn't forget, and so I like, and then because less because I wanted to, but more for the safety of the other students, I would do like rounds around the classroom just to make sure no one was fucking with someone, like picking on another student, because they would. Kids would always like want to pick on other kids. They're taking out their anger. They don't know how to deal with it, and like. They want teachers to teach people how to deal with it, but like, oh my God, you're going to need to give a lot more. Or smaller class sizes. Jesus fucking Christ, I pray for smaller class sizes for the average, just, public school. And I mean like smaller class sizes. People don't have 20 kids for a reason, because you can't teach 20 kids. And they expect teachers to kind of do a lot of raising. You can't raise 20 kids. 10 even is like a lot, but like I would say 10 might be the most appropriate. But we value profit, not people, not planet. So fuck us, I guess. Talk about losing little pieces. But they put, so I was doing the rounds to make sure that students were fucking with other students to get out their anger that they didn't know how to process. And this is a really good class, so there wasn't a lot of that, but there were a few that I knew, like, and 5th and 6th grade could be a hard time for girls. So just making sure that everyone's emotions were staying okay. I was doing rounds like I was a goddamn security guard, or like, I don't know, what do they call it? A warden. And while I was doing the rounds, and this is why they get mad props for this, so quietly, went up to the main book that was in the front, which I'd eventually go to turn the page, because like it was a big textbook, so like I'd go around the classroom, I would read like both pages, and then playing the popcorn game, which was always kind of fun, because it's like, oh shit, but I would never get anyone in trouble. We might tease someone for not being on the right page, like, but I see that, oh my God, I was bullied. Not really, just be like, oh man, like, what you got going on over there that's so fun that you're not, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, hey, I would usually like point it out to them. So that's another reason I would do the rounds, is to make sure that the kid that got popcorn didn't get too put on the spot, that I could, as quietly as possible, depending on where he was in the room, tap where it was. Anyway, while I'm doing my word and ass shit, they put a cockroach in the book, not a real one, a fake one. When I went up there and I flipped the page, it freaked me the fuck out. I forgot it was like April Fool's Day, like, and then they like paused for it, and then they laughed. We all laughed. We ended up like, I guess, I would say bad sub shit, but I knew the teacher I was subbing for, and that if her class ever was really well behaved or did something really cool, that it would be okay to like, I don't. Really cool, and I had felt like I had a really good. They were so fucking quiet. Like, you have to be quiet and like smart to pull off a prank like that. And I don't know. I appreciated it. We like did a little bit of kickball and like free PE, which is where I stand out there in sandals and watch the kids play PE and talk to them. Yeah, 2 pranks. Neither I pulled. I'm not good at pranking. I always forget. I like my mom's one, though. I'm going to steal that someday, so. If I'm ever sharing cars with you or you're worried about my car, watch out. I would love to have done that one to my dad. He would have fallen, but he would have thought I did that same shit. All right. Well, existing. It's good. Sometimes you got a good prank pulled on you. You get a good laugh. We are in America, and America is a joke, but thank God we're funny. And we have senses of humor and jokes ourselves. So while it's very rarely easy, and it's never easy, and it's very rarely comfortable, there are parts of existing that are good. And like anyone watching this, you are those parts. Thank you for doing it.